Okay, folks. Hopefully you can hear me today, and this time the stream's not gonna tell me the microphone's not plugged in, but I think we should be good. Everything looks good anyway. Good evening. Welcome to the stream. Apologies, I'm a few minutes early. The stream's been... I was doing some testing earlier on today, about an hour ago, and the stream... the bitrate seems fine, but the stream seemed to not want to connect constantly, and I think it had a little disconnect very quickly whilst I was making a coffee. So if this cancels more than twice in the next hour, I'm just going to call it a night and we'll see how it goes, because although my Twitch issues seem to have been fixed for the past couple of weeks, they now seem to be back, and I'm not quite sure what's driving that, but yeah, it is one of those things. Anyway, Captain Redlag did get first today at 10 to 6, 17:49. Said evening, folks. Captain Reed came second to the other captain. Congratulations there. Godzilla Waddle's here, so is Storesness and Moons of Empire. Godzilla Waddle says still didn't beat Reed. Yeah, he comes very early. He's very premature with that. Hubert the Mad, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. You subscribed for 10 months, dude. Thank you so much. You did light up my pink rocket ship. But of course the stream wasn't on, so you didn't see it, but it's there now for you.
Tasty.
It's there and it's live now, and it may not show for Alvy's in a second because Alvy just subscribed as well, so thank you very much, Alvy. Rue is here as well, so is This is the Doll. It says Guten Abend, mein Damen und Herren. I don't actually know what that means, but I think it means good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm gonna guess that's what it means, so I think it is doing Alvy's. Alvy, it's staying lit for you. There you go. My pink rocket ship is all bright and tasty for you guys. Tasty? I don't know. Super Hent is here as well. Good evening. Says, hope you've had a fab weekend. Reed always comes first. He came second today. He was a bit more of a gentleman than usual, but yeah. Built on EB some days ago. Wonderful board, but the stock PCB sucks. Replaced it with a common H87 PCB, and now it's perfect. Did I mention how much I love this hobby? You and me too, brother. You and me too. I know we speak every now and again via email. I hope you're doing well, dude. Yeah, I love the hobby too. Careful, you may end up with only as much as 10 keyboards. I think 10 would be underselling This is the Doll. Alex, thank you so much for the raid. 183 people. Welcome to the stream, guys. We've literally just started today. We're going to be doing some unboxings. We're going to be talking some PT news and group buy news. I'll do a tiny little bit of shilling because I suppose I should when I'm streaming underneath my own brand. And then we're going to build a customer's board today. They bought an Ellora65.
Incredible.
So that's what we're going to do. Thank you very much for the follows. Anyone who shoves one our way, I appreciate it. Let's keep catching up with chat. I saw the pics of it. Definitely board. I regret skipping. Fair. Had to rebuild my CMO the other day, and you can't get the original boards with lights in the right spot. But I had a Duke for you, which has LEDs in the perfect spot. Nice. Having to desolder a Mochi 40 to change the spacebar layout tonight. There's worse things to be doing. The stream just shit itself. Yeah, it went down for like 5 seconds, I think, but it's back up and it seems to be running just fine now. If it's streaky, then clean it. Fair. Alvy is subscribed for 25 months. Thank you, Alvy. I really appreciate that, dude. Over 2 years now. Over 2 years. Thank you, everyone, as well, coming from with Alex. I appreciate you guys for being here. I appreciate it all. Hello, Shark. Thank you very much for being here. V-Rug Dush as well, and Drudger. Coffee in the evening. Yeah, I find that caffeine doesn't affect me like other people, and I own my own coffee roastery, so drinking coffee at 8 p.m. is not unusual for me to be doing. To be honest, every stream, 8 p.m. There's a coffee in my hand. And it's great advertisement for the coffee as well. So, you know, it's one of those things. But yeah. So today we're going to do some unboxings. I'm going to talk some PT news first, because we're in kind of like a little transition period, which is nice for a change. Then we're going to do some unboxings, some stuff that I've picked up recently that I want to show you guys. Then we're going to do the customer build, and then maybe if someone asks a good question, we'll do a giveaway. If not, and no one asks any good questions all stream, then we might play marbles at the end and do a little bit of a giveaway for that as well. Right, okay, so first things first, where's PT at? So our entire shipment that arrived just over 2 weeks ago now, it was 2 weeks on Friday just gone, that's all done and shipped. Every single order, 5,000, 6,000 things, all shipped out the door, all gone. I say it's all gone. Jelly Master, thank you so much for 51 months.
Tasty.
Lighting up my pink rocket ship. I thoroughly appreciate that, dude. I say it's all gone. There's actually 2 orders remaining because 2 people have not paid their shipping invoices yet. Those are for the Jane V3s, the TGR Jane V3s. But other than that, everything else is done that can be done. We do have one group buy left here that we can't ship yet, and that is Cap MV Dark and Light Kits, MV Classic, Cap MV Classic. The reason they can't ship is because the light kit needs 3 replacement keys as a fixed kit, and the dark kit needs a whole set of replacement alphas. Now I'm told that they should be shipping to us very soon, and we'll be able to get those out to customers as soon as they arrive. But the base sets are here, we just need to wait for the fixed kits to arrive. Our next shipment is on its way from China. That's due to hit around the 21st of March, something like that. We probably won't be able to start processing that until April because I have some plans at the end of March, which I'll talk about in a few minutes. So we'll see. Is Mono with you but still waiting for fixed keys or something with GMK? Yes, Dynamics. GMK Mono is here, but that's still waiting fixed keys. There is a front print legend that is not always aligned correctly on the front print, and because of that, GMK are making some replacements. Gion let us know last week that this was the case, and I think if you check on our updates, it should say this as well. If it doesn't, I'll check it tomorrow and I'll add it. That says that we are waiting for the fixed kits to be shipped. There's no point in us sending the base kits out and then sending the other bits and pieces later on. We'll just wait until it's all here. So yeah. Do you know when you'll be getting the NPR? I'm so excited for that one. Yeah, the NPR should be shipping to me this week. I'll probably have it on stream a week today, and I'll be building that on stream as well. And then I think we're actually going to give away the internals, so the PCB structure and plate structure. I think we're going to actually give that away. Then the case has to go off to another content streamer to create content. But yeah, I think we'll give that away, and then a group buy starts this week, I think, Thursday, Friday, something like that. So you'll be able to see the group buy go live, and then you'll be able to see what you can buy in the group buy on stream on Sunday, which is great timing. So yeah. So our next shipment is on the way from China right now. It's on a container. It's at sea. It was somewhere south of the Philippines when I checked the other day. That would have been Thursday or Friday. It should be here in about 3 weeks' time. So we'll keep a track on that. Hopefully it's going to arrive towards the end of this month, and then we'll see.
Tasty,
Bulbs,
tasty.
thank you so much for lighting up the pink rocket ship. You have subscribed for 23 months in a row, and he says, happy Sunday all. Jay, how did the CBAS FE get on when you were checking them again? More problems? So pass, because Mel did that check for me. There's only a few boards. We only had 5, I think, of the CBAS FE. But I'll loop in with Mel tomorrow morning. We'll get the updates updated. So whatever was found will be on the updates tomorrow, Jehovah. So to take a look there when that gets done.
Tasty, tasty.
Thank you so much, Des Blunderkind, for the subscription as well. 20 months in a row. Thank you so much for getting that pink rocket ship all bright and turned on. Closed captions. Sorry, yes, they were on, and then they turned off when the stream did a die, and I didn't turn it back on when it came back on. But yes, the closed captions should have been on, and they are on now. When Manta ships, will it be coming by sea or air from China? So we always, every single group buy, we always look at the air cost of shipping it over. But air shipping is dependent on size and weight. So it's volumetric, basically. It's the volumetric weight that we go by, and that's the size and the weight multiplied together in a certain formula. If it is cheap enough that we can do it and break even on a project, we generally do. I would rather break even and people have the stuff faster than us make a profit and people have the stuff slower. If we can't do it and break even, then it has to go by sea, which is almost 99% of projects. Like, there just isn't enough margin on a keyboard to cover the cost of air shipping it from China to the UK for me then to ship it out to the customer and as actually to even break even. Like, we'd be losing money at that point. We don't have, $50 in profit margin on anything that we sell, and if on certain products it's like £5. Like, I know people say, oh, you must sell thousands of Neo boards, and yeah, we do, but we make like a cost of a cup of coffee off each one, so it's tiny margins. But yeah, if we can ship it by air over here, we will do. But Mantas aren't quite ready yet. I think they're going to be ready soon, but not yet. Right, yeah, Stores, I think I missed your sub as well. 58 months of subs, dude. Thank you so much. #1 Pink Rocket Rider. You are the #1 sub rider, yes. 58 months. 2 more in every 5 years. That's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. You will be on gestation, sir. There's nothing that has a gestation period of 58 months. No? Maybe not. Anonymous Biker said, "Good evening, Jay. I hope you enjoyed the pictures earlier on this week." I did. Thank you so much for sharing them. They were really, really cool, dude. That was really, really cool of you to send those over. Right, so yeah, so here at PT, this week is going to be quite quiet. I say that. There's 2 big group buys arriving from GMK. There's Kaiju R3, which we were a vendor for. That's not particularly big. I think it's a few dozen sets or something like that to ship out and then extras to go in stock. That one's maybe a couple of hours of work. The really big one for us is Windbreaker. That should arrive towards the end of the week as well. And GMK Windbreaker, we were the lead vendors for. So the first thing I need to do when I get a set is check every single key and every single legend to make sure that it is correct before we start to ship out orders. Batowski, thank you so much for the sub as well, dude. My pink rocket ship is very bright. That was 38 months. A huge amount of subs. I really appreciate it. So yeah, so the kind of plan for that is to try and get through that as quickly as possible and get extras in stock. I did took down the pre-orders for both of those the other day, so yeah, now that they're en route, they'll be going back in stock. Well, they'll go in stock very, very soon. So Windbreaker and Kaiju R3 if you've been waiting for it. Not that bad, Jay. Just think this much worse. How much worse Motif will be to QC? Yeah, I mean, we will need to check Motif, but as we're not the lead vendor is kind of the one who usually does all of that checking and making sure everything matches up, because it's their responsibility to arrange fix kits if something is wrong. So, for example, with Mono, Gion already told us that there were issues with the kits before we got the base sets and sorted that out. So, and it is arranging the fix kit. So, whilst other vendors are all receiving things, it will be on us to actually validate that everything does meet. It's the same as we're the ones that have to sign off on the colors with the designer. We have the ones that have to sign off on the production files with the designer and everything else. So yes. Any other plans for a round of the Alice Duo, Jay? Yeah, so what we're doing at the minute is we're sitting down with QK and Neo tomorrow to talk about what their product range actually looks like, because the past couple of times we've done a batch, so we will generally do a pre-order each month for the QK and Neo product. The last couple that we've done, we've then gone to make the order and they said, oh, actually, Jay, we've stopped selling that part and that part and that part, and we've had to then go out to customers and say, do you want to change it? Do you want to cancel it? What do you want to do? It's not a great experience. So what we're actually doing this time is we're going to get the list up front and say, what are you guys going to stop selling this month? We just won't offer those things, and then we can start to offer it. So I believe the Alice Duo will still be in there. I ordered some parts for one for a customer the other day. The Neo 98 will be in there. The new Neo 75 will be in there. The new Neo 80CU will be in there, and there'll be some other things as well. But we just want to make sure that we're actually selling what they can sell us, rather than us just, because normally we buy slots with them and then we fulfill those slots based off what customers order. Just want to make sure we're 100% set on that. So the plan is, originally we were going to launch it straight after Chinese New Year, but we weren't able to get with them. It's a bit high, not too much. I can drop that down a touch. How's that? Is that better? Yeah. So new QK and Neo pre-order for batch 1 of 2026 should be live maybe by the 10th of January. Let's say, give us a week. 10th of January is kind of about where we want to be. It's probably going to be a week on Monday when it goes live. I hope that is the 10th. Is that the 10th? The 9th. Maybe the 9th. Maybe the 9th. That was a day off. Maybe the 9th. Okay. Right. Yeah, so that's that. Let's do quickly the whole shilling bit. I'm terrible at this and I hate doing it. But let's take a quick look at the website and I'll tell you about all the stuff that you need to know about. Live pre-orders. This list is shrinking, but it's going to grow very, very soon. There's going to be a load of sets that are already paid for and in production that haven't made it onto the pre-order list that are going to be added next week, because we're going to have some downtime, as I talked about. What I want to shout out to you right now is Cap Great Alert. This is in pre-order. It's on its way to us now, so it's going to be a very short pre-order, but there is a free UK ISO kit with this. So if you buy the base kit, you get a free UK ISO kit, which is here. It includes the alert row. I've made sure it includes the alert row, and you get that for free. You get that absolutely for free. We have to pay for them, but you get it for free. So thank you very much to Monaco Keys for allowing us to join this product and help it run. This is literally already been paid for. It's already been made. It's already on the way to us, and now we're opening up the pre-order for it. So it's kind of like going to be an in-stock drop type thing, but there you go. So do take a look at that if it's interest of you. UK ISO is absolutely a thing. You can also look at Davina Papaya and everything else. Group buys. There's a few things on here. The Float 65, this is now back. So if you don't remember this board, it kind of failed in group buy with space cables when when Space Cables happened a couple of years back. But Omnitype now brought it back. It's 108 quid. It's 108 quid for a magnet-mounted PCB on a bent steel case. It's pretty cool. In fact, it's really cool. We had the prototype on here, you know, a couple of years ago. I don't even know what happened to that. I assume I sent it back, but it's a really cool thing. There was one when I was last at a Novel Keys meetup in the US a couple of years ago, 2024. Really cool board. Really hyped to see it back. You know, that orange color, chef's kiss, that's the one I had. I'm going to pick one of these up just for a travel board for myself. Maybe you want to pick one of those up too. But do take a look at it. It's 108 quid. Hammerhead, it's only open as a small batch until tomorrow. So if you do want to pick this up, there's not long left. You've only got until the end of tomorrow. This is because it's one of the small batch orders. We've already put an order in with Novel Keys for this to help it get to MOQ. So that's kind of our early extras numbers, and then whatever sales we'll add on top of that as well. So there is some of this coming. Plenty of that stuff there in the kit. Novelties as well. It's worth the money. Maybe you want to have a look at some of the other stuff as well. DCS cream, cheese, and green. This is a really old set that's come back. 12 days left. Do a buy. It's not doing very well. I want to get it to MOQ organically. Just go do a buy, guys. Just do a buy and get it in there. I think High-Vis is technically ended, but you can still order it. It's now closed. It closed on Friday, but it's still open for the weekend. If you want to order this from us before the group buy closes and we submit numbers, get it in, because first thing in the morning, Sharon will be turning this listing off and you won't be able to add it to cart anymore. So you've not got long left to add High-Vis. And then also you might want to check out the Smurfs and CRP. In stock, we've dropped a few things in stock quite recently. Oh, I need to turn the Gihun off actually. That's on the homepage. Late stock drops. GMK Gorp, we're going to be taking a look at that in a moment. There's some Keycult stuff in stock, DCS 10 new bars, Cerberus keycat kits, all sorts of stuff in stock. Go take a look. And if you're interested in coffee, Jay's Roastery, pick up some coffee. It's 12 quid for the smallest bags, cheap as chips. It's great coffee. It's really good. Everyone who tries it, you know, really rates it. So yeah, maybe take a look at that as well. We've got decaf as well if you're into that, and a hot chocolate too. So Jay's Roastery, maybe you want to take a look at that. Cool. Okay. Right. Let's catch up with chat, and then I'll talk about some plans that are coming up in March. Gorp all over us with this shill, please. I will actually be showing you Gorp in a few minutes. I actually wore my Gorp jacket to the workshop as well. It's downstairs because I was going to show Gorp today. So yeah. Very excited that Windbreaker is almost here. Me too, man. Me too. I thought the KKB Dolch Cadet, the pre-order would open till it arrived. Sag. Windbreaker, that is. Oh, yeah. So usually what happens, we take the pre-orders down when we get the notification from, or the day after we get the notification from GMK the ship. So what we do, this is generally how it works, is the pre-order is up for, say, Windbreaker, and then I get an email from GMK saying Windbreaker is about to ship. Then when you go and check on the Notion page, what I do is, if I go to information, group by updates, and we go to GMK keycap sets, and you can see here now that it's shipping to Prototypist. I add a note to it saying, the GMK have confirmed that this is now ready to dispatch to Prototypist, so we're expected to arrive around the 10th of March, shipping to customers by the 20th of March. That was on probably the 25th. One full working day after that, at the very least, maybe two, depending on when I remember to do it, that's when it comes out of pre-order. So when I add that, and that goes up on, you see that in the updates page on Discord, and you see something like GMK Windbreaker is now shipping to Prototypist, check the pre-orders, because that's when the pre-order is kind of like in its last 24 hours. That's kind of almost like a 24-hour notice period. Get your pre-order in because it's on the way. That's a little tick, a little trick to know, I guess. So I hope that. CRP 7 is still open. Yeah, so it's still open because we didn't get asked to close it on the 27th. So basically you got the free weekend to get it in, because you got the 28th, which was yesterday. So it closed technically on Friday, but of course we weren't open on Friday at midnight because no one was here at the workshop on Friday at midnight. So realistically it closes on first thing Monday morning, which is the next working day. So yeah, but definitely take a look at that. Just ordered Hammerhead. Nice. We do hot chocolate now. Yes. You could have tried some of the hot chocolate Anonymous Bike if you'd have come to our last open door. Do you know the status of GMK Goraka? Well, yes, you can go to our website. If you want an update on any product we've sold, you can go to our website. And if you're on the homepage, if you're here on the homepage, you can come to information and group by updates, or if you go to live group buys and you click on any live group buy, there's a button here that says follow group buy and pre-order updates here. If you go to any pre-order page, doesn't matter which one, there's the same button, follow group buy and pre-order updates here. That button will take you to the same places as the group buy updates. And also, if you look at any closed group buys as well, which are the ones that are more prevalent, let's have a look at the Mass 80, for example, you can follow the group buy updates there. So you click on that and it takes us to our updates page. You scroll down, decide whether you want to look at keyboards, keycaps, sets, whatever it is you might want to look at that we've had in group buy. For example, you wanted to know about GMK set, you can click on that and it will show you the status of every GMK set that we have currently in production. So in manufacturing are all of the ones here. In shipping to prototypists, these are the ones that are on their way. What's in quality control, what's shipping to customers, and what's completed. So obviously that's a very long list in completed. It's probably 300 GMK sets there. So the one you wanted to know is Gurikawa. You can scroll down here and you can find Gurikawa in the list. It's there. And it's still on track for Q1 2026. Still on track for Q1 2026. That's by the end of March is when it's currently expected. If things change and there's a delay, you will see that that is updated. And then there will start to be commentary. As manufacturing completes, you'll see this commentary added. So things like this commentary is added. And as things get more and more through the progression, you will see even more comments get added. So for example, you can see here, all these things have happened. And then for certain ones, if there's complex things like desk mats and things to do, you'll see like tick boxes and check boxes and things like that. But as you'll see, looking at all of the closed ones, there's always a ton of notes on there. Let's pick another one at random. Dolch, there you go. All orders dispatched to customers, there you go. MT New Skywriter, about to leave GMK, sets arrived, all orders dispatched. You can kind of like just follow it and see. Copper R2, so there's more hidden replies here, so you can see all sorts of different stuff happened on this one. And there's notes there for pretty much every group buy that we run. So yeah, do check that out. For example, Motif, you can see, has already got notes on from GMK because that has had delays in the manufacturing. So yeah. That's how you find updates out on PT, and that's for anything that we run, any product we run. This is just the group buys for GMK. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff in production, a few things on the way to us, and then this list on the far right hand side, this is everything we've ever sold from GMK. It's a really, 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 really long list. I think there's about 300 sets in it. But yeah. Feel free to take a look at those. And the same thing exists for keyboards. The same thing exists for other manufacturers of keycap sets as well. So do take a look at it. Okay, right. Average Joe, hey good buddy, how you doing, man? Need to secure some stepped mods. Yeah, order CRP7 R7 if you want the stepped stuff. I heard they had some issues with colour matching for Gurikawa. I hope it's not too delayed. Yeah, I mean, if we get notification from GMK or from the designer that it's been delayed, it'll be updated on those updates. That's the whole point of them. They give you the live update. So it might say something different in a week's time when you check it, but that's the whole point of the updates because it tells the story, right? So yeah, so you can kind of follow it. What's going on with Monochrome Dolch? I thought that was supposed to be a quick pre-order into production, but it looks like it's just a standard group buying timeline. Everyone who brought this up to the designer got banned in his server. Pass, as far as I know. It was so what happened was we all got invoices, we paid those invoices, and then we put the set up for pre-order. So it is a pre-order, it's not a group buy. We only had limited numbers of sets to sell. I don't think our pre-order's live right now. I think it's been taken down because we still want to sell some sets for in stock. As far as I know, it's in production. If there's something you want me to check on, Zusko, remind me on Discord tomorrow and I'll take a look into it. Kenny Shewa, hey man, good to see you, dude. He says, hi Jay, I have another project I've been working on. Mind if I drop the link for you to check it out? I had started an IC group by Keyboard Everything Hub before the drop announcement, so now seeing if I can get folks using it slowly but surely. Is this like Key Caplender type thing, but something different? Kenny Shewa, if you've got something like that, absolutely send me the details. I'll take a look. More than happy to have a review. Mr. Cool Keys, hey man, good to see you. Key Caplender is really just a link aggregator with some pictures. I focus on keeping all the info in place with hopefully an intuitive design. Nice. I'm more than happy to take a look at it. Right, let me load this up first to make sure I'm not sharing anything I shouldn't be. Okay, let's go to this and share it. So this is Key Atlas, your mechanical keyboard community hub. Track interest checks, group buys, vendors, and more all in one place. It's got forums and projects. Okay. So new interest checks. Is this running on Shopify? This feels like a Shopify thing. Is it? Doesn't say. Okay, maybe it's not. I don't know. This feels very Shopify. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's custom and just using some really cool styling. I don't know. Okay, so you can see interest checks. I like these banners in the top corner. I like that. Okay, Spark's a cool set. So you see it's got interest check keycaps, so it's branding it here. Keyboards, interest check, that's your base 65. Nice. Okay. New group buys, DCS Solar Green. Yeah, this is going to be on PT. This is a really cool set. This is kind of like a green version of Soloized Dark. It's really, really nice. March 9th, yeah, just over a week away. Yeah. I think the actual ISO that we'll do for the UK will be UK ISO. I don't know if that's on here, but that is something we've talked about. Nice, nice, okay. Oh, I like this. This is nice. This feels like a Notion page to this bit. Interesting, interesting. Okay, cool. I mean, yeah, I like this. I think it looks really cool. It feels like a mix of a Notion page mixed with a Shopify like page. I do like this. This is really cool. Okay, so you've got vendors, all keyboards, click clack projects. Yeah, okay. Are we in here? Are we in here? I imagine we can. We are. P, 9 projects. Nice. Did I send you our actual logo for this? That looks like you've got our actual logo. But I can send you the green one if you'd like it. But that's the official one. The white background with the green logo is the official one. Okay, cool. No, I really like this. This is really, really cool. This is really, really cool. Okay, guides. No guides yet. Okay. Calendar. Oh, this is useful. I like this. This feels really, really good. Green for starting, red for ending. Nice. You could probably tap power updates for a lot of this stuff. And you'll get that over time as well, I imagine. I assume if we go, yeah, okay, so you've got stuff in here. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Incredible.
Nice, okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay, stats. Okay, I feel like you could do a ton of stuff with this. This will become more and more useful over time. Hey! Top 10 vendors, boom. I like that. I know that that's only based on how many projects we've run, but yeah, I like that. Okay, interesting. I think you just need more information, more data on this. I guess a couple of questions from me on this is, one, how are you funding this? 2, do you need any support with that? Because I want to help with cool community stuff like that. 3, what about how are you getting this information? Like, how are you scraping this information? Would it be helpful for you to have like input from vendors or stuff like that? And 4, I can think of some cool things to do in the background with some of the data. I might tap you up on that if you'd be interested. If that works. If that works for you. Yeah. Let me know. Let me know. We can have a chat because we could do some cool stuff with that. Right. Oh, let's catch up with chat. Not Shopify, but I can see the similarities. It just felt like Shopify and then it felt like Notion, depending on what I was looking at. Really cool site though. Really cool site. Just went and bought a 2015 Audi Q5 this morning. Now time to watch a boomerang. Now time to build a boomerang and watch Jay. Nice, man. Sounds like a really good day. I like this bookmarked. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to add it to my useful bookmarks folder. It's literally called useful. Yesterday on Simon's stream, we happened to look at the list of official GMK vendors. I was surprised to see that PT was listed as an authorized vendor, but not a premier vendor. How come, and do you know what the difference is? I do know what the difference is, because it's a conversation I had with GMK. And it comes down to... I don't know how I'm not sure if I want to say this, actually. it comes down to how you define certain words. Let's put it that way. And I think that we fit that definition. GMK is very strict with their definition, and I think it's a little bit unfair. But yeah, we are an authorized vendor. I will have that conversation with them, because I think it makes it really hard on smaller regions to become premium vendors. But yeah, like obviously they have to have some sort of reliance on it, and I think relationship should be the biggest factor. So yeah, Bazooka, thank you so much for lighting up the pink rocket ship. Thoroughly appreciate that, my dude. Thank you. 15 months, that's huge. Notion was the inspo there for the vendor table. Yeah, I can see it in a lot of things, inspiration, but I do like it. I was thinking of building something like this, but I got distracted. Shopify and Notion's love child. It really is, but that's not a bad thing, because I use both Shopify and Notion. I use Notion excessively. I actually use a mixture of Notion, Workflowy, and a few other little bits on the side. So yeah, send the logo for sure. Yeah, drop me a message and remind me, because it's going to be really late when I finish the workshop. But if you drop me a DM, Kenny, and say what you need from me, and I can give you ideas next week. Yeah. KKB Stratus is coming to PC. Yeah. Copied stuff from vendor pages for logos. Nice. I mean, I can give you the actual logo pack, and then you can go ham with it. Yeah. Move forward. Yeah, I think we did that. Yeah. Does any designer can upload a project to that web, or it needs to be uploaded by the site owner? Okay, anyone can. That's cool. That's nice that you can add new projects. Is that under the new project? Oh, okay, I see. Okay. I've been uploading stuff as I get it from GeekHack with the goal to get designers to publish here on GeekHack. Okay. Sounds reasonable. I think I have some ideas on how you could get that information. I'll talk to you in DMs, because otherwise I'm going to end up spitballing for like an hour and a half on my ideas and ask you to build the things that I want you to build, and you're going to just go, no, Jay, that's a bad idea. No, let's not do that. So let's not do that. Silly Mello says, hi Jay, I noticed since the beginning of the year shipping costs are not paid when placing the order. How will people get notified when to pay, and how are the payment methods? Okay, so Silly Mello, yes, we've stopped collecting shipping fees for group buy orders for two reasons. We do it for in-stock orders because we're shipping out in-stock orders pretty much straight away, and if you're a UK customer and you're spending over 100 quid, I think it is, you get free shipping anyway. So most orders that are in stock get free shipping in the UK. Overseas orders pay shipping at checkout. What we've seen is a massive change in how shipping prices vary over time. And this can be between a 3-month period to a 6-month period to a 12-month period. Like the shipping cost fluctuations for different areas are massively changing. And that means two things, as I said before. The first thing is that sometimes we will charge you shipping, and then it will come to shipping, and it will be cheaper for us to send it to you. So we've overcharged you for shipping. I don't like doing that. I want to charge people the exact cost that it costs us to ship it. So, and like refunds cost us money. So if we refund it, we lose 10% of the cost of the refund. So if we owe you £1, we have to pay £1.10 to do that. If we owe you £100, we have to pay £110 to give you that refund. It's really crap and it's really awful. So I hate doing refunds that way. The other thing is that sometimes people will pay for shipping and then the shipping price will go up. So we've basically charged you £4 for shipping and it costs us £12 to ship it. And then we lose out, and on some products where we only make the cost of a cup of coffee, we make £4 or £5 gross profit for every Neo board, for example, that we sell. If we've messed up on the shipping for that and it's £4 more expensive, we basically don't break even by the time a member of the team has even looked at that order. So what we've stopped doing is charging for shipping for group buys, because we don't know what the shipping prices are going to be in 3, 6, 12, 18, 24 months. What will happen is, and we've done this with quite a few group buys already, is, and the other side to that as well as insurance. So the cost of insuring a shipment, for example, TGR Jane V3s. When we sold the TGR Jane V3s, the cost to insure that package from our base here in West Yorkshire to any other UK address, it was about £2, £2.20 based on the value of the boards. Now that same insurance cost is about £4. Crazy, but that's gone up as well. So the shipping price has gone up, that's gone up. It becomes really expensive to manage. So what we do now is we will just send you an invoice for shipping. We'll send you a little email and it say, hi Silly Mello, this order is now ready for shipping. Here's your shipping bill. You've got please pay it ASAP, and we'll have your order packed and it's sat there on the side. We've got Jane V3s downstairs that are literally waiting for people to pay for the shipping right now. It'll sit downstairs. We'll send you a reminder roughly once a week, and then as soon as you've paid it, we'll ship it out. Simple as that. You'll be able to pay on the website in the same ways as you actually buy the product. You'll be able to pay by debit card, credit card, Apple Pay, whatever you want to. You'll just get a little bill in your email that says this product's now ready for shipping. Here's your shipping cost. And you pay it, and then we ship it straight away. By the time you get that email saying here's the shipping cost, it's already packed and it's ready to go. We just need to put a label on it, and we only put the labels on it when shipping's paid for. Hope that makes sense. Small scrape from Geek Hacks are limited so far. Yeah, I think we can do the better with that. I don't think, David, that Geek Hack is going to close due to drop closing. So the actual drop closure is kind of like a little bit different. They're still going to run things through the drop brand, and they're going to still leave the website there as kind of like a drop homepage to showcase different things. And they're going to do some exclusive products. I think they're basically just turning away from all the crap and starting to do things in a slightly different manner. And I think just a team at Corsair will manage the drop stuff, and it will just become under Corsair's overarching product ownership stuff. In terms of things like Geek Hack, I've already had a chat with some people at Drop about this. They're pretty confident it's just going to stay as is for now. If that changes, they will know. And there's already quite a few people who've said we'll help paying for, the upkeep of the site. We'll help paying for the transfer of the site. We'll pay for domain names, whatever else we need to do. So I don't think that Geek Hack will disappear. I think that if anything, it would do better in the community hands than it would do in Corsair's hands, but we'll see how that goes. Headless React, gold standard for AI coding tools, but also what for a dev would build. Nice. Funding right now is just me running it on my own. Costs are low since it's my home lab mostly, but if it gets huge, we can for sure discuss more. Hit me up on the side. Happy to discuss anything you have ideas for. Data-wise, it's coming from Geek Hack mostly. There's an import where you drop a link and it pulls stuff in. Goal is to have designers and not vendors publish their own stuff, which helps on the data side. Nice. Yeah, okay, cool. Any update on moving house? But yes, there is an update on moving house. As of Monday, just gone, so nearly a week ago now, 6 days ago, it's not happening. The people who were buying our house, which was enabling us to buy the house that we wanted to buy, dropped out. Apparently they told us they were first-time buyers. They told us they weren't in a chain. They told us they had the capital on hand. They were ready to go and make the purchase. And since the 2nd of November, or was it the 11th of November? I can't remember. So early November, they had been telling us that everything was good. We were progressing. It was all okay. Turns out that they actually lived overseas prior to this, and they were selling a house overseas. So whilst they were not in a chain in the UK and not selling a property in the UK, they had to sell a house overseas to be able to fund the purchase of ours. Apparently that fell through in early November, and they just took 5 months to tell us. Which means that the house that we are buying, or we were trying to buy, are now incredibly upset with me and my wife, because as they would be, because they think we've been stringing along for 5 months. That's not the case, but effectively it now means that we are back to the drawing board. I don't know if I want to go through the whole hassle of even trying to sell our house again, because I hate doing that kind of stuff. My wife wants to try and repair the relationship with the house that we were trying to buy, the owners of that house. I don't think there's anything we can do there. I think even if we had the money tomorrow, they've just been messed around. This is the 3rd time their sale has fallen through, by the way. I think if I went to them tomorrow with the money, they'd just say no and tell me they didn't want to see me again. So it's been tough. It's been a really tough week just coming to terms with that, because we'd started packing, we'd started moving stuff, we've paid estate agents, we've paid solicitors, we've paid legal fees, we've paid for searches, we've paid for studies of the house that we were buying to be done, we've paid for photography of our own house to be done. All in all, I think we're out somewhere between £2,500 and £4,000 in just costs to get to where we are now, and then to be told that it's not happening was just devastating. So yeah, right now it's up in the air. A few people did know this, like during the week, like a few close friends did know, and a couple of like other acquaintances that just happened to raise it and stuff like that. So yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, it made a couple of people really happy, but it made me incredibly sad, and my wife was really upset. So we had to do a shopping day in Leeds on Saturday to make her feel better, which my wallet is now crying. So yeah, house sale stuff, no bueno, no good, not happy. But yeah, what metric does GMK need to be satisfied? I'm not sure it's my place to say, but there is a metric that we don't quite satisfy. I might have a chat with Mario about it because I feel like it's something that should be fine. Also doing a mega scrape of everything from GeekCat currently up to 60 gigabytes of data there. Nice, nice. Do you have to get on your knees and break your nose on Mr. GMK's belly button for Premier status? No, no. Superhands, thank you so much for 24 months of subs. I thought the stream was failing, but it was actually my subscription ending, so hello again. Well, welcome back, Superhands. Thank you for 2 years of subs. I appreciate you, dude. Reed's Notion template is great, yeah. Jay just got nerd sniped. Did I? I got nerd sniped. Wait, what? Who nerd sniped me? What desk pad is that? So this desk pad that I'm using, this is the one from GMK Led Zeppelin Round 2. It's a rough textured mat. It is really, really cool. I'm a huge, huge fan of this desk mat. It's in stock right now on the website, or it should be. Yeah. It should be on the website. Vendors and designers submitting would be great. I agree. I agree. Charging a second time for shipping doesn't cost extra. No, so like sending an invoice from so it sort of does. So we have to pay the Shopify fee, which is just about 3.5% for every card transaction, something like that. I think it depends on what type of card you're using, but I think it averages out about 3%, 3.5%, something like that, plus 25 pence. So the cost of doing that is cheaper than actually being underpaid or overpaid for shipping and doing refunds. It's significantly cheaper to do it that way. Happy March. Looking forward to DCS Pulch and other projects coming this month. Yes, me too. Me too. Good evening, Jay. How's your weekend been? Our weekend's been fine. Week was pretty crap, but the weekend's been fine. So, yeah. Thank you for asking, dude. And happy birthday for last week as well. RE shipping upon group by dispatch. Just keep in mind that I'll be hassling you for VAT invoices even more. Yeah, I mean, those are actually so technically, right, when people want VAT invoices, they should ask for a VAT invoice before they make the purchase, because especially if it's in stock stuff, because afterwards it's a receipt, it's not an invoice. This is one of those technicalities that really grinds my gears. If you've already paid, it's a receipt. But yeah, I get what you mean. So for those, it will be an invoice because I'll be sending you the payment and then you'll be paying it, so it will be an invoice. But yeah, we did used to have the VAT stuff, so you could download it online yourself.
Tasty.
Until the company we were using to produce those started charging us £18 per VAT invoice, so we had to turn that off. It was just too expensive. But yeah, it's fine. We'll handle those. But it's just one of those things. Can you give me a recommendation for what to use for force break mod? The R5 keys on my class 65 sound a bit ringy. Any thin tape will do. There is some thin Poron backed tape that you can buy. I think it's like 0.1 of a millimeter thick. It's ideal for that. And you can buy it in strips on Amazon. You can buy it like in a sheet. It's like an A4 sheet and you just cut it into strips yourself. It's really, really good for that. Hearts for Johnny Chat. Thank you. And they hadn't been transparent about that. No, they took so back to the house purchase stuff. The people buying our house told us that they were ready, and we kept asking them, "Why aren't you?" So there's a phase where you have to raise inquiries, and this is where you basically go to the land registry in the UK and say, "We're looking at buying this house. We want to make sure that everything is tickety-boo. All the ticks are there and crossed, and everything that they've told us is true." And the land registry charges you a small amount. I think it's 70 quid or something, and they send you out the pack, and you go through it, and you raise any queries with the seller solicitors. And we've been asking them to do that stage for 5 months, and they were like, "Oh, we're waiting for this one thing," and this one thing is something that I was in the process of sorting out, but it takes 6 months. And they'd already had an agreement saying that no matter what happened, they would have that one thing, and that was ironclad, and they'd signed an agreement to that, and they kept putting it off, but it turns out that was just a delaying tactic because they knew that they were trying to resell their own house overseas, and they've still not found a buyer, and they realized it got to a point where they just couldn't lead us down the garden path anymore. So yeah, this is why I'm never moving house ever again, ever. I've told my wife that after this time we're never moving again. If this still happens, yeah. Let the owners of your desired house know it's not your fault. Keep them happy and keep trying. Yeah, they do know that it's not our fault. They don't believe us. Basically, they think their exact words were through their solicitors was, "How on earth did you?" Well, not exact words, but some close example of words were, "How on earth did it go 5 months without you knowing this?" Like, I don't believe that it could have taken 5 months to know. So yeah, sell your house to Taylor Wimpey or Red Row. They would build 20 houses in your plot. No. Who would be happy about something like that? Some people are happy about bad things happening. It's a thing. So yeah. Charles Church or Peveril will build 25. Yeah, I mean my house is not big. It's a small house. It's not even that. You would not fit. Like, you'd fit maybe 2 houses on the house and garden, and they would be crammed together and smaller than my house. So yeah. Reckon GMK status is decided by a bratwurst eating competition. Dude, I'd have no problems with that. That's part of what they used the meat for last year for. Dude, I would have, like, if that was the case, we'd be cream of the crop, because I could eat bratwurst until I was sick. Like, genuinely. It's actually horrible how they make them now. You can stick your hand out the window and touch the adjacent house, less than a meter of detached status. So, where we live is on, like, the houses were new builds when we bought ours 10 years ago. And we actually have a really good plot. It is 18 meters to the closest house in any of the 4 directions, which is pretty good. 18 meters is pretty good, and that's the closest house. I think the furthest one away is 80 meters or something like that. And then at one side there's just nothing but fields and a golf course behind us, which is really, really nice. There's like horses in the field and stuff like that. It's genuinely quite nice. But yeah, there's all sorts of stuff going on with it. There is some houses near us, actually, not too far away, so that a friend wanted to buy, and he took me to look at the house with him. And when he opened his utility door on the side of the house, the room out of the kitchen, the door actually caught the neighbor's wall. Like the gap between them wasn't as wide as the door. Like, the door was like 90 centimeters or something wide, and the gap was like 84 or something, and the door got 2/3 of the way open and then hit the wall. So yeah, it's one of those things. Gemma, good evening, my dear. I hope you're doing well. Gemma is on a flight to Hawaii right now. Jealous. So, yeah. Whoop whoop. Thank you so much, Wisdom, for 20 months of subs. I thoroughly appreciate you, man. I thoroughly appreciate you. I'm on a Starlink catered flight between LA and Oahu. Nice. The houses have no privacy. Yeah. One African elephant. £18 per invoice. Do they want customers? Yeah, so it was originally free as long as we did less than 100 a month, and we get like 4 customers because technically we're not set up for business to business sales. So we whilst we are VAT registered, we can do VAT invoices. We just don't, because we don't invoice outwards that much. When we do invoices outwards, it's on a very different kind of scale, and it's not through customer facing website. It's kind of like on our back end for stuff, and creating those takes a little bit of time. So we had the system set up to just automate it for the 1 or 2 customers that do need to click that button and use it. Although the actual order page confirmation is more than fine for something for VAT reports, because it's got the VAT reference on, and that's all it needs to be on it. So yeah. Hey Trojam, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Solicitors are surprisingly useless when things deviate from the norm. Yes, I have found that out to my detriment. Thanks for the streams today. Needed something to get my mind off the Middle East bullshit. Dude, I have been talking with a friend who lives out in that direction, and it is devastating.
Tasty.
Mr. Trojan, thank you so much. Only 3 months off 5 years. Dude, that's kind of crazy. Thank you so much for getting the pink rocket ship letter. Amen. I hope things, wherever you are, I hope things are okay. And I hope you're okay. And I hope things in the Middle East settle down, because I don't live there, so I don't have a horse in the race, but I can't look at what's going on there and think that that's right. Like, it just feels so wrong and dangerous, and yeah, I hope everything's okay. The house buying process in the UK is rubbish. So many ways to get out of purchasing a house after doing loads of work. Yeah, I mean, you're not tied into anything until you exchange contracts, and then you're only tied into it until you complete, and that's what we've been trying to push them towards. And I think you shouldn't be able to make an offer on a house without accepting that if you don't follow through, you are responsible for the other person's solicitor's fees, something like that. That would absolutely be a cracking way to fix these kind of things. An alpine salamander gestation period deep on J streams. Nice. I'm Dubai, so we're better off than others. Yeah, okay. It's there to protect solicitors and estate agents. We went through a lot with our solicitors and estate agents, just barefaced lying to us. Yeah, we've had that as well. I think our estate agents did know about this and just chose not to tell us. But it's one of those things. Right, okay. So we've talked about an absolute ton of stuff. I do have two more things to tell you. And then we'll get on to unboxing some cool stuff. So, thing number one is... it's my birthday at the end of the month. So, to treat myself, I am doing a little road trip. Now, my birthday's not until right at the very end of March, but I'm going to be doing a little road trip around the UK. And this is going to be on Thursday the 19th through to Monday the 23rd, I think. Like, I need to finalise this and set it in stone, but that's what I'm thinking of doing. PT will still be open. Sharon and Mel will hold down the fort. I'm just taking basically 2 days of holiday. The Friday and the Monday. That's all I'm doing. But my plan currently is to drive down to Brighton on the Thursday night and see some friends. Then on the Friday, I'm going to drive to Bristol. And this is the interesting part. Bristol has a ton of keyboard enthusiasts there. I know, because we ship a ton of packages there. So what I want to do is I want to throw like an impromptu keyboard meetup evening meal type affair in Bristol. If anyone lives in Bristol, if anyone would like to come to Bristol to come to this, there will be kind of like a mini interest check on Discord in the next couple of days. I'm thinking like maybe 10, 20 people, maybe at a push. Maybe it's only going to be 3 or 4 of us, I don't know. But we could do this cool thing in Bristol. I'll bring some keyboards along. We can have like a little bit of dinner in the evening. Then I have a birthday party to go to for a friend on the 21st, which would be really cool. I'm looking forward to. And then on the 22nd, I'm going to go visit, hopefully, he hasn't replied to my DMs yet, but Slopey and Seracote, because they've got some stuff to drop off and some stuff to pick up. And then on Monday, I'm then going to drive back home by way of Mr. Blackbrook's, hopefully, and have some lunch with Mr. Blackbrook. So, yeah. That's kind of the plan. So I'm going to drive from West Yorkshire all the way down to Brighton. I'm going to go all the way across to Bristol. And then I'm going to come back across to the middle of the country, and then I'm going to go back up, and I'm going to do that kind of shape. So that is my current plan. And that's what we're going to do. My birthday is also at the end of the month. Nice. Nice. Mine's on the 27th. Birthday twins. Cool. Speaking of Alpine, my GMK Alpine has started to yellow because I got that pesky WS2. Could really go for an R2. I'd love to see an R2 of that set. I'd love to see an R2 of that set. But yeah. It's only a small thing. Like, I'm just doing it because I want to do it to, like, you know, see some friends and have a few nights away. I need a break. It's been, you know, a long year already, especially with the house stuff, and I could just do with like a little break and doing something for me. So that's why I'm planning this little trip. I don't have any money. It's okay, Reed, don't worry. There's other things that we can do this year. I just need like a little break. So yeah. Which day is that, Jay? I'm not so far from Bristol. So it would be the... so Bristol would be Friday the 20th. It would be Friday the 20th, probably in the evening. I'm going to try, depending on how many people are interested, I'll try and book like a nice restaurant and ask for the table for like an hour before, so that we can do like a little bit of keyboarding stuff, or maybe we can find like a little cafe or a big cafe that we can go to and then go for dinner afterwards or something. I don't know the details yet. This is literally just something I planned yesterday. But that is what I'm going to do. But yeah, it's going to be Friday the 20th, and then I'll be back home for my birthday, which is the Friday after. The main reason I'm doing this, and it's because the end of March is always a really tumultuous time for me. So whilst it's my birthday on the 27th, historically it was my mum's birthday on the 25th. My mum passed away on the 23rd of March. So by the time it gets to my birthday at the end of March, I'm always pretty downtrodden, because the 23rd is the anniversary of when she died. The 25th is the anniversary of what her birthday would have been. And then it's my birthday, and I just never feel like celebrating at that point. So that's why I'm going to do something the week before. And it just happened to tie in with another friend of mine. He's in the keyboard community called Mousy, who's invited me to his birthday on the 21st. So I'm going to go to that and then make a bit of a road trip around it. So yeah, that's kind of like the plan. You're literally way that we can... Dude, you were one of the people I was going to go to Bristol to see. Like, I knew you'd be able to pop there and get there quite easily. But yeah, the breakies I'm looking forward to. But yeah, Good for you having a little break. You're going to come and see me in Blackbrook on the way home. Yes, I am, Jim. I didn't want to like dox you as well, but yes, I will be stopping at Newark on the way home for a lunch. So yeah, I've literally only decided this yesterday, Superhands. Literally only decided this yesterday, and I've not even fully fleshed it out yet. So, but that's the plan. The other cool thing that I wanted to tell you about is, I haven't paid for a book this one yet, but I have decided that I'm going to go to KeyCon in Chicago, which is in June. So I've been speaking to Hubert. I don't know if he's still watching. He was earlier on. I'm going to go to KeyCon in June. I'd love to be one of the speakers there. If anyone's watching and you're involved in it, and I would love to do like a whole, this is what the keyboard hobby looks like outside of the US. This is what you guys have. This is what it looks like outside of that. I'd love to do a talk on that. I think it'd be really fun. But yeah, I will be going to KeyCon. I'm not sure I'm going to do the whole vendor status and take a table or anything like that. I might take a couple of keyboards and whatever I can fit in hand luggage. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Didn't have to say where we live. Ah, well, it's fine. Men in Black flashback. No, it's what? Yeah. Ideas and plans are the best kind of plans. You might have to cancel your KeyCon visit. Rumor has it Superhands is going. Oh, is that a rumor that Superhands is going? There's a couple of people going from the UK that I know are going. I've been to a lot of US meetups, but I've not been to the US for 2 years now, and that's kind of unusual. I think in the past 15 years, last year was the only year I didn't go to the US for some reason or other, whether it was a meetup or a work trip or something like that. I think last year was the only time I didn't go. The other thing that I'm looking at for the back end of that trip is to see if I can fly from Chicago to Signature Plastics and go and visit Signature Plastics whilst I'm in the US. I might do that if I can, but that's very low priority, so we'll see. Akran, hello. Thank you very much for being here. I gotta make sure that I get a ticket so I can say hi. Yeah, dude, come and say hi. You might have to cancel. Oh, yeah, you've got that one. Let me know some plans and I'll black out my persona work there if I can. Cool. Yeah, I'll let you know once it's all finalized. But enjoy your holiday first. You're on the way to Hawaii. I'm going to get a ticket when they go on sale. It'll be great to meet you in person. I think the tickets are already on sale. Hubert's already told me he's got me a ticket, which is great news. I think maybe Ellie, my wife, will be going as well, but we'll see. We'll see. Going to the US a few times this year. Keycap is not one of those reasons. Such a shame. Such a shame. Right. Anyway, that's all of the PT news and everything else I wanted to talk about. The only other thing to say is if there's anything you want to buy in stock on the website and you want a discount on it, drop me a message in chat and I'll see if I can give you a discount on it, because I want people to have nice things. So yeah, so let me know if there's anything in stock for sale that you want to buy, and we'll see if we can do a discount. Stream only discounts for in-stock stuff. Oh no, that's my keyboard disconnecting. Next and final ticket drop for KeyCon will be March 14th. Nice. Thank you, Jelly, for sharing that. Right, let's do some keyboard stuff then, because we haven't done any as yet. Why does my coffee cup not fit on that coaster? Because there's this one on top there. Okay, first things first, I'm going to unbox my set of GMK Golf. So this is in stock right now. It's one of the few things I can't do a discount on, but Gorp is in stock right now. Good old raisins and peanuts. This is designed and it has novelties around camping and all of hiking and all of that kind of good stuff. So flowers and little reef knots, Gorp. It's just a pretty cool set of novelties. A little bag of raisins and peanuts. It's just a pretty cool set. So yeah, I can do a close up of the alphas. Let me just grab a couple of tubs so I can put this in the tubs. I did have a knife up here and I seem to have lost it, so I'm just going to have to try and open the pack anyway. I did not buy the alt alphas. No, I did not buy the alt alphas, but I can show you the cream. This is the cream colour. Yeah. Let me see if I can. Might have to use a small screwdriver to just pierce this plastic film. There we go. The yellow keys never are the same as Hive is. It's really, really close. There's a slight difference. They're not technically the same colour, but it's really, really close. So here we have the little Gorp trading card from GMK. Nice. And then here we have the set. It's a really, really subtle set. This actually matches the jacket that I wore to the workshop today. So yeah. How close are the yellow keys to Pepper Bates yellow keys? Which yellow? This yellow? Gorp's yellow? It's nowhere near to Pepper Bates yellow. Technically it's not the same David Cool keys. It's a different color code, but it's almost identical. Tons of compatibility in this base kit as well. I'm kind of a little bit... Oh, there is one. I was going to say I'm a little bit sad that there's no blue ISO enter, but there is. There is a blue ISO enter. I kind of like that. Pretty happy with that. Let's put this in a tub. Yeah, the green's really, really nice. As I say, I do have a jacket. This is actually really color accurate on my screen right now as well. So, super, super nice. Really, really nice set. It's just really clean. Even if you don't like the, it's got this cool key as well. Even if you don't like the theme of the set, yeah, extra Prius, please. Such a nice green. Like it would work so well with a lot of different sets and a lot of different keyboards. Anything E white it would look good on. Anything silver or black it would look great on. It's a lovely color. Cute. Put GMK Symbiote on my pink oblique with the stiffest gaskets, carbon fiber plate, and type R switches. I'm in love with the sound of this board. Sound killer great. That sounds amazing, dude. Well, David, the base is in stock. If you buy it tonight, it will ship tomorrow morning. It's in stock on the website right now. Yeah, the base set's huge. Even if you don't like the theme, it's just such a nice set. But often people don't buy the sets even though they like it because they don't like the theme of something, which is, it's a weird thing. Maybe he's going to do a buy, look. Maybe he's going to do a buy. Kevin Mommy says cute. It is really cute. Oh, have we got oh no. We had like some black dots on the side here and I thought I had a misprinted key. I don't. It was just some dust or some dirt. Champagne or Anno beige. Yeah, it would look great. Do wish the alphas were white, but it is pretty. I mean, yeah, I genuinely look like when you see it like that, it is just so nice. Like, it's just one of those really, really nice sets. It's just really, really nice. Would have considered Gorp if I had an Alt GR since the alphas are non-standard coloured and I could get another support elsewhere. Oh, it's standard coloured? Sorry, yeah, standard coloured, yeah. It's one of those. What are your feelings about the Seneca now a week in? This is Gorp, Trojo. The Seneca is actually on my desk. I have a Mac Mini on the desk and it's just over there with the Mac Mini. Do you know, the more I use the Seneca, the more I enjoy it. It is absolutely. The one thing I will stand by with this is when you buy a Seneca, you are spending somewhere between $3,500 and $7,000 depending on what your design is and what your specs are. You are spending that money not to buy your end game, but to buy someone else's idea of what end game is for them. And then you have to decide whether you like that type of end game or not. It's not something you're buying for your own end game. You are literally buying someone else's definition of end game and seeing how you feel about it. So, yeah. That's my thoughts on it. That's my thoughts on it. The blue is lovely. The blue is super nice. The only part of my jacket that doesn't match is the blue because the blue is a little bit more saturated on my jacket, but the green and the cream are almost identical. late to the convo, but Clayton in Briss is lovely if you need a hotel and very central if you catch my drift. Sounds like a good idea. Thank you. Send me a link, Mr. Reed. Send me a link. I'll take a look because I do need to plan that. I need 2 nights in Bristol. Yeah, I will plan that. Plus it's Irish owned, so yeah, if you're not giving money to American multinationals, fair. Maybe I could even do the little mini keyboard meet there and then find a place for dinner nearby. But yes, do let me know, Reed, and I will put up a proper... The desk mats have not yet arrived, David, so when they arrive, they will be in stock, but we haven't actually received those yet. No, my jacket's actually from a company called Passenger. I'm actually wearing a hoodie from Passenger as well. I have turned a lot of people onto the brand Passenger because they are excellent. I am not sponsored, but I wish I was, because if I was, the amount of money that people have spent there after I've shown them the brand, I would be a very wealthy man right now. So yeah, do consider picking some stuff from Passenger. They're a really good company and they're really nice and they make great quality stuff. Most of my hiking gear, and I have a lot of it, is from Passenger. So yeah. Currently playing through Resident Evil Requiem and really enjoying it. Nice. Yeah, I've almost finished my arcade cabinet after 4 months of building it. I changed all the buttons over the other day. I have an issue with 2 of them sticking, which I just need to fix. But I've gone to some new types of buttons which are just nicer to press. And I got all of that working, and now I just need to code the controls in for the emulator software I'm using. I haven't actually decided which software I'm going to use yet. But I am going to use MAME controls either way around, so yeah, need to figure it out. Right, okay. Oh no, did I catch the button? No, I did catch the button. Okay, I just need to grab my label maker because I've realised that I've put keycaps in this tub and I haven't actually made a label for it. So this is GMK, CYL, Gorp, good old raisins and peanuts. Time to make an old fashioned. Dude, I could so golf for a nation right now. I have 3 passenger fleeces because of me. Dude, I have like a ton of passenger gear. I have got almost everything you could possibly think of from Passenger over the years. I have hiking trousers, I have jackets, I have t-shirts, I have hoodies. I have an absolute ton of stuff. Okay. I wish I was on commission because I know a lot of other people as well that have bought stuff from them. I've got base, I've got novelties. Where's comma? And I've got the extension kit, I think it was called. Edition kit. I don't have GMKR. It's very different to Muted, I would think. I'd have to dig out the set to check it. Your arcade cabinet is really cool. Thanks, man. It took a lot of time to design it and then find somewhere to hit the parts CNC machined. And then I had a designer come up with the artwork, but it's all Final Fantasy VII themed. It has Tifa on one side, it has Ares on the other side, it has the menu system is the main control panel with materia as the buttons. It's really cool. Like, it was a cool idea that I came up with. There's some things I would do differently if I was going to do it again. Namely, I had never really worked with installing graphics off of vinyl before, and I didn't quite get the acrylic that I've cut that goes over the top of the graphic for the control panel. The print and the acrylic were made to the same measurements because I have some of the designs coming through onto the acrylic. Unfortunately, the acrylic, when I was putting it on, I didn't stretch it quite enough, and when I was cutting the slots out for the materia for the buttons, I didn't do a great job of it. And there's some bits I would, in the future, I'm going to get it reprinted and I'm going to recut the piece of acrylic and redo it. Now I know more. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that at some point. But I just want to get it all working so I can use it for a few months, and then I'll figure that out if there's a down period of time where I'm not using it. The artwork is luckily not expensive to print. So yeah, so we're gonna go with that anyway. Muted Retro. Okay, it might be closer to that, yes. I do have the set, I don't have it to hand. I can probably dig it out if you remind me, and I can take some pictures tomorrow via Rugdush. We can probably do that. Kafka back on the desk. Yeah, the Kafka has rarely left my desk, and I'm gonna have to send it back at some point. But yeah. I'm sure you could get an affiliate link off them. Maybe I could, but like I have so much gear from Passenger, so much gear. My wife does as well. Yeah, it's just good stuff. Tifa waifu. I was more of an Aries man, but yeah, why not, right? And then on the front, on the doors, there's like double doors open. The front of the cabinet has got the Midgar city. And then there's like another panel at the top. There's like where I had the light guns and stuff inside and controls and things. If you want to play like arcade games with a controller, and that is that's got the 3 thrusters on the back of it. It's pretty cool though. It's pretty cool. Who was your first keyboard friend? What are the 3 keyboard related questions that have been asked the most? Tyler Keyboard. Dude, Tyler Keyboard. Man, blast from the past. I hope you're doing well, man. I hope you're doing well. Purchased the Kafka. Looking nice looking board. It is a nice board. Rue. Wait, why is that there? Okay, sorry. Rue. Good question. The 3 keyboard related questions that have been asked the most. What's your favorite switch? What's your favorite keyboard? What's your favorite keycaps? Those get asked all the time. If you're gonna just ask those what categorize them under one as what's your favorite, then the other 2 are probably why are things so expensive and can I have a discount or can I have a freebie? I get maybe 75 to 80 requests a week where people go, hi Jay, I have 4 Instagram followers, please can I have a free keyboard? Like I just get inundated with requests like that, and I have one response to them. It's like, look, if we want to work with a partner in that respect, I will reach out to the partners. I don't want people reaching out to me for it. So yeah, those are probably the best ones. Who is my first keyboard friend? I think the first person that I would say that I made friends with in the keyboard hobby, I don't. It could be one of about 10 people because I really don't know, because it's like when I was into keyboards on my own for a very long time. There's a couple of people I spoke to on GeekHack in DMs, but I wouldn't say we were really friendly, just more acquaintances. And it was only when really Discord kind of crept into the hobby in maybe 2016, 2017, 2016 I think it was, that I started to make what I would call friends. Some of those people I don't speak to anymore. You know, people's lives move on and things like that. So Chris Swires was one. I think that was a little bit later though. Max West Foxtrot, spoke to him early. To be honest, Mel was there pretty early as well. But I think there was still some people before Mel. Pexon, Pokemon Kid, Gouty, Will, who is no longer part of MKUK. Harjoa, who I think is around very rarely these days, and a few other people. There's a guy called Gimli I remember being around a lot. The first person that I thought I was really friends with is a guy called Dean, and Dean lives in the US, and we just connected. He was like a brother to me for a long time. We connected over cars and things like that, and we had a really good time. Later on, there was a ton of other people as well. So obviously, like the Top Cut guys, Brian Craikins and stuff, and I became really close for a long time. And around that sort of time, 2018, 2019, there was a load of people like Tidal and other people in the hobby. That was around the time that I became friends with Tehad Types and a few other people who became big streamers. It was also around the time that I met people at Jim K for the first time. So I think Christoph was around then as well. And yeah, it's really hard because a lot of people, like there were so many people back then that just aren't in the hobby anymore. I couldn't put my finger on a first particular person who I became friends with, but the hobby was such a wild place then. There's fewer people that have stayed, like there's very few people have actually stayed the whole course of the time I've been in the hobby and are still in the hobby today. Very few people that are around that length of time. Lightning Keyboards as well, Diego. There's been a ton of people. Mike from Null Keys, we spoke really early on. Garrett at Omnitype, like I was friends with him really early on as well. So yeah, I genuinely couldn't say who the first person I made friends with in the hobby was, but there was a lot of people around then that just aren't around now. And I could list probably 1,000 names of people, maybe not 1,000, but 100 names of people, and they just no one will know who they are because they're just not around in the hobby anymore. So yeah, I'd say the last 2 years I have developed some really deep friendships with some people, and I really, really cherish those relationships now. Like I have always been terrible at making friends as an adult, and what most of the people I would call friends, up until maybe 5 years ago, people would say no, they're not friends, they're just acquaintances. I would conflate the two in my head. So yeah, I am indeed a switch. Nice. People actually ask for free stuff. Insane. Rarely anything like in life is free. Yeah, I get a lot of people saying like oh, I've got like an Instagram following, I'd love to share your stuff, and that's kind of, I understand that that's how those people make a living. But I would rather pick and choose the people we send stuff to if we're going to send stuff to them. So yeah. Hi Jay, I don't want to make a big deal about it, but I'm kind of a big deal on LinkedIn. Can I get a discount on a loop pen, please? I'll post about it on my LinkedIn. Mr. Collane, I tell you what, because we are already on LinkedIn, me and Collane, I will send you a loop pen for free, but I want to see that LinkedIn post. Like, I will hold you to that. You can have that free loop pen, but I will hold you to that because I know what you do for a living. And I'm not sure that's what you want on your LinkedIn, but I will hold you to that if you want one. You got auto-moderated? Nice. I carefully curate my community of influencers. Yeah. Hi Jay, I have one IG follower. It's you. Can I have free keyboard? No. Feel bad at asking for a discount. No, you can like ask for a discount on here. Like I do stream discounts because I'm live talking to people and you are interacting, and you can ask for a discount. It's fine. Like I have like a command for that. So yeah, you're absolutely like that's it. I was being sarcastic. I don't want to post about a loop pen on LinkedIn. Yeah, I didn't think you would. But you know, I thought I'd throw the offer out there. I can take you at face value or not, but I would have loved to have seen that on Mr. Collane's LinkedIn. I think it would have been, a lot of people would have gone, what the hell is this about? Like a lot of people. So yeah, Jay calling my bluff. Well, don't play poker with me. That's all I'd say. It's nice that you mentioned a lot of people. Dude, like I think one of the things I am luckiest in life is through keyboards, is that I have met. I was gonna say a few things, but I meant to say met, and I think it just all got rumbled into it. But I have met and experienced some fantastic, amazing things and people. Like I have got people. I've been invited to weddings through this. I have been invited to. I've had layovers of flights that have taken too long, and someone's just happened to live in the city and offered me a bed for the night. Right, these are things that have happened just because they happen to know of me through keyboards. I have got friends who I climb mountains with. I have got people that I go out to restaurants with, and I've had people invite me to meet Formula One teams and go to Formula One races on incredible experience days. I've traveled all over Europe and all over the US doing keyboard stuff. I have done so many amazing things through keyboards. I'm an incredibly lucky individual. I try not to lose sight of that, because you shouldn't take anything for granted in this world. And I can't put into words. I do not have the word. I don't have the vocabulary to explain how lucky and privileged I have been or am to have experienced what I've experienced because of keyboards. Like I have seen, I've tried new things a million times. I've learned new skills. I didn't know how to solder. I know how to apply Cerakote. I know the process of that because I'm friends with Pexon, who does Cerakote, Salopian Cerakote, right? I have met people who work in, everywhere from McDonald's to directors. Like I know a full breadth of people across so many different unique and fantastic experiences of life that I will never get to experience, but I get to experience it secondhand through them because they do so many cool things. And I would have had none of that. I'd be still stuck in my old corporate role, being a boss of thousands of people, delivering stuff for some stakeholders and shareholders and board of directors. And whilst I do miss that on some occasions, and whilst I am very conscious of the fact that I'm going to have to go back to a day job because my savings won't keep me going much longer, I have met and experienced an incredible amount of things. Like, I have people that watch me build keyboards and play with little bits of plastic on a stream every Sunday, week in, week out, no matter what they're doing. They can be on a flight to Hawaii and they still check in to see what I'm doing on stream. That's insane. That is literally insane. Like, it makes no sense to me whatsoever. And the only thing I can ever say to anyone for this is thank you. Like, thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, no matter who you are, whether you've just bought from us once or you've bought from us 100 times or anywhere in between, whether you've spoken to me in Discord or sent me a message or see me in real life. Like, just thank you. Like, yeah. Jelly, thank you so much for gifting the subs. I thoroughly appreciate that, man. I thoroughly appreciate it. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. And well done to everyone who got the free subs. How would you describe your 9:15 Sunday evening personal scent? My scent? I always smell good. I take this as a matter of pride and principle, but I always smell good, Bazooka. And you can ask my wife, you can ask anyone who knows me in person. I always smell good. It's a personal preference. Can't log into your store. Something about continue without shop. Wait, what? Is the website there?
Incredible.
Yeah, checking. That's a really terrible reference that only Alvi is going to get. No, I can log in. I'm logged in. It says my last order from PT was delivered. Thanks. Yeah, I can log in. Okay. Not sure. Hi, Joey. I don't have an Instagram, but I have more than 100 keycaps of a keycap set following me. Wait, what? Okay, can those keycaps have a free keyboard? Not me, just asking for my keycaps, which couldn't type at them. Okay, so it's not you that wants a free keyboard, it's your keycap set that's in a tub that wants the keyboard. Okay, gotcha. That's something I also struggle to explain, how the hobby has helped me become a better person. I can genuinely say this hobby has saved my life. I am forever indebted to this hobby and for what it's been for me, because it's been a complete change of my career trajectory in a million different ways. And it has helped me grow as a person in countless multitude of ways, both in good and bad. I am an incredibly selfish person, and I think I would make like a terrible parent, but in many ways, Prototypist is my child, like it is. And yeah, so yeah. Delivering stuff for a diverse stakeholder set that all dislike you intensely is wildly underrated. You're missing out. I don't think that anyone you know dislikes you, Mr. Collate. I do know that a lot of people dislike me because they tell me, so it's fine. But yeah, yeah, I do miss it in some ways. I do miss that large scale delivery, like what we do here at PT. If every single group buy that had been run in the past 2 years was clubbed together at PT, and you included all of the other vendors' numbers for it, it would still only be about a third of the value of some of the stuff I used to deliver, like just in value wise. So I do miss some of that big deployment kind of build stuff. In fact, I miss every stage of it actually. I miss doing the strategic layouts. I miss doing this, you know, creation of strategy for boards of directors. I miss then taking that strategy and workshopping with some senior leadership teams how to make those tangible and realistic, and then taking that down to the product teams to come up with ideas to actually create those opportunities that we've described from a strategy point of view, and then building them and turning them into a reality. I miss all of that. Every single level of it I miss, because we don't have that in keyboard world. It's very much a mismatch of myriad of tiny little projects that we do this and that on, and no one really fully runs the whole thing. Even when I do like with the lead vendor for GMK Windbreaker, that's not a full project because it's like not in the same sense. It's just not. There's a level of scale that I do miss. That's what I miss, the level of scale, I think. But it's still full-time busy work, and it's still amazing stuff. Like, it's still incredible that I can work on a million different projects in a year. It's cool. So this wouldn't be the same with that stream. Thank you, I appreciate that. Far too wholesome. Wholesome is the name of the game. I want to make this place as wholesome as possible. You're welcome, Jay. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for entertaining us every Sunday. I try my best. Favorite fall fragrance? So, it depends. Is the real answer, NaNoWriMo. So there's a few different types of day in fall, winter, this time of year. So I have one scent that I think is a very, very wintry scent, and I'm not one to like put on tons of aftershave. I put like one spray on or something like that, but I always like to smell nice and stuff. But if you want a good winter fragrance for when it's really cold out, crisp but days, and you, especially on evenings, Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford is just amazing. Usually at this time of year, I want something fresh, something slightly citrusy or slightly brighter. Maybe a stony fruit type of smell, something like that. Acqua di Gio is always really good for this time of year. Maybe if I'm going out on an evening, something like Sauvage or something like that. It really depends, but yeah, and that changes. CK is always a summer scent, so I tend to move over to CK scents for summer. But yeah, depends on what I'm doing. Hi, Mrs. J. Does your husband smell good? She'll tell you I smell good a lot. Gonna ask nicely. You're welcome to ask nicely. The pen is working. I heard you're doing discounts on in-stock items. I'm after MW Stage Warrior 3 keycaps. Okay, Outland. Yeah, I can do a little discount on that. I can probably do you 15% on Stage Warrior, I think. Let me set that up for you right now. Discounts. But you have to buy it before the end of the stream. That's the only thing. Okay, Outland. You have to buy it really quickly. Right, create discount. Amount of products. Let me come up with a code. Um... 15%, I said 15%, and this is specific product. This is for, what was it? Stage Warrior. Let's add that. Okay, cool. Right. Set end date. I'm going to set the end date for 11:30 p.m. It's 9:30 p.m. now, so you've got 2 hours to use it. Okay, so the code is going into chat now. Streamer smells good. That will get you 15% off of MW Stage Warrior keycaps. There you go. To be fair, Jay, you're describing what my perfect job sounds like. Exactly that. Dude, like, I think we would be... For knowing what you do and what you deliver, we would be a phenomenal team to do stuff like that. I did actually have an idea I was going to pitch you a while ago, but you'd have told me it was stupid and not worthwhile doing, so I didn't. But... There's also something to say when you're keeping your hobby separate from your business. It gives you an opportunity to step back and have multiple passions. Yeah, my probably my favorite hobby is cars, the classic cars. But yeah, Tobacco Vanille easily, dude. That scent just, I wear it maybe 5 times a year. Like, I do not wear it often, but it is, it's so good. So good. And it's only a winter scent. You can't wear it in the summer. It's too heady. It's too heavy. It's got to be cool. It's got to be crisp. It's black tie event, something like that. And I go to maybe like 5 things a year where it's worthwhile wearing it. Some great suggestions there, NaNoWriMo and Bollock as well. Grand Soir, yeah, nice. Get said when I hit Tom Ford now. If I remember correctly, it's a Lauder brand. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe they did buy it out. I'm not sure. Is it a full brass Ellora today? No, it's a white one. It's the E-white one. Top code. I had to make it like relevant. Phantom 2 discount. Yeah, right. Clacky Keeps. I thought you asked nicely. You just put Phantom 2 discount. Is that asking nicely? Do you know what? Fuck it. I'll give you the same 15%. Let me add it. It'll be the same code, so let me add it. I don't like giving a discount that big on GMK. It undervalues it. But I'll give you it this time. Okay. It's only going to be on the base kit though. But there you go. Right, Phantom R2 is now also on that 15% off with the same discount code. So yeah. No salad, no sauce. Good evening. I kind of like sweet fruity smells. Yeah, nothing with that. The person who sent me a connection request with the title "I am from the internet" insert username here. Nice. Hopefully he included his Discord name. Someone's sending out requests. My phone's been going nuts, but I don't think anyone's sent me one. Which is weird because I'm really easy to find and stuff. 15% discounts. Yeah, I like to do discounts when I stream, just for the time that the stream is live, and just as a thank you for watching. Yeah, so you can always just ask on stream if you want a discount. If it's something that's been in stock for a while, it's easy to do a discount. For example, GMK Mutagen and GMK Gold went in stock last week. Can't do a discount on those. It's just not fair to the group buy participants. But if something's been in stock for 4, 5 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, absolutely. And the longer it's been in stock, the bigger discount I can give. There's been some things that we've done 40% discount. And in fact, the Ellora65s are actually, I think, 30% off right now, which is why this customer bought one. So you can have a look at the Ellora65s as well. Right, back to the stream though. We do have one more thing to unbox, and that is GMK Mutagen. Because I did get myself a set of this. If you haven't seen this set, it is really, really cool. And it actually has a hidden... Oh, I nearly stabbed myself in the arm then. I really should make sure I've got a knife up here. I usually do. I guess the DCS ABS Flex kits won't have in-stock extras. So no, we were actually advised not to do extras for that apart from the space bars, because we had to buy those out to get them to be made between us and Sneakbox, because we were supposed to be just like continuing running pre-orders for them. So I don't know what SP are going to do, but the plan was to be putting it back. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, this is GMK Mutagen, designed by Neflock from Novel Keys, and it's a pretty cool set. And it has this on the back. I've been advocating for this for bloody ages. Put the base kit on the back of the sets. Like, I've been advocating this for so long, because as we move to more retail space, I want to be able to show people this is what you get in the set. This is what you get. It's like, just every set should be this. It is a great looking box. There's a few boxes that I've kept that I want to just turn into express. But yeah, this is really cool. So, Mutagen card, always good to have. You see a GMK Booger. This is actually really, really, really cool, and I'll show you for why. So I don't have a flashlight with me, do I? But this set is glow in the dark. It does glow in the dark. And when it's kind of lit up, it's just super cool. Like, you can see all of the dark colors coming through. It's all that kind of creepy, cute kind of style. It's really, really cool. Now, the thing that this comes with that no one has actually noticed, as far as I'm aware, because no one looks like it. It does come with one particular keycap. And this is really, really cool. This is the keycap it comes with. I haven't seen anyone mention this anywhere, but it comes with one of the skull keycaps that are used for Mictlan, and that comes in the base kit with the white eyes. Super cool double shot. Are you telling me that's not cute? This is really cool. You don't have to like it. It's not for everyone. I get that. It's a cool set though, and it glows in the dark. It is literally glow in the dark. Like this on something like a Bion Lenya board, because of the theming. It's all that biomechanical kind of stuff, and this is kind of like that mucusy kind of like stuff. You could also call this GMK Munster, because it looks like the Kansas Munster. You know, there's all sorts of things out there that you could call this, but it's just cool how it's got the flow marks and the keycaps. It's got the different shades of green. It's got that highlighter yellow. It's cool. GMK Mutagen 19, maybe. What's cute about it? It's that whole creepy cute kind of vibe. If you look at the novelties and stuff, it's that whole kind of creepy cute kind of vibe. I'm not sure which clack design you mean, if I'm honest. But it's definitely a set that's not for everyone. I get that. It's expensive as well because it basically had to be bought out, but it's cool. It's cool. Whether you like it or not, it's cool. and not every set has to be for everyone. Like a lot of people like GMK Highlighter. A lot of people hate that set. A lot of people detest it, but yet it sells really, really well. So, you know, depends on what you like. Yeah, you could put it on an office board and maybe no one will touch it. That's absolutely a possibility. Extensively used as special effects? No, there was the Kaiju R2 second base that used the full metal set. So that had like a whole base that looked like silver metallics. There's been a few other sets that have used some effects on some keys. I think this might be the only second or third set that's actually used it for the majority of keys. Oh, the clack skulls. Oh, sorry, I didn't know what you meant. No, it's not based on that. It's actually based on skulls from Day of the Dead, but they had to fit it into a keycap shape, so it had to still fit within one new R1 shape. I love the fact that this is almost translucent in some places. Double shot spacebars, nice. So yeah, so I think it was just basically, you know, Day of the Dead skulls, how do we fit them into our one new keycap shape? That's what they ended up coming up with. See-through GMK. Yeah, I mean this is translucent. The whole set's kind of translucent. It probably doesn't come well over camera, but you can kind of, I think you can kind of tell there. Yeah, it's just the material they're made from that's different. Yeah. GMK Pandemonium soon. Those molds are black and red. Dude, yes. Like, I'm really looking forward to that set. There's a ton of stuff coming. Ton of stuff coming. I'm all there for it. I like to see people do new and different things. Oh, sorry, it's not double shot. Did I say double shot spacebars? No, it's not double shot spacebars. Yeah, they look darker on a dark background, but they're just more like an accent and close. Like if I hold them up, they're kind of close, but they're supposed to be like almost an accent key. Sorry, I did not mean to say double shot spacebars. If I did say that, I didn't mean it. I more meant to say translucent spacebars because they are like they do have like a translucent property to them. Still waiting to see the novelties for Pandemonium. Yeah, I've not seen them either yet, but I'm excited to see them. Dynacap R2 is already here in the building. I'm just waiting for the structure for the product listings from Garrett and then a date to launch them. But it's literally already here in the building. It's downstairs right now. Wait, hold up. Yeah. Past BV Rugdosh. I'm not 100% certain. But like we literally took delivery of it on Thursday or Friday. So yeah. I need to work with Garrett to get the product listings up and go through the full changelog and everything else, which we've got some time to do tomorrow. There is no way you could get here from yours for midnight. Good luck getting in. There's no getting in this building. And now you've said it. If anything does happen, I know it's you. Yeah, I've got a session with Garrett tomorrow to just go over the details. But yeah, we will have it live as soon as we can. Right, okay, so now we just need to do the level for this and then we can take a look at the keyboard. Although we are timing out, so I'm not sure we'll even get the keyboard finished built today. Okay, so this is GMK CYL Mutagen. So I'm just going to put a little stick of a base. Nothing like a challenge. I mean, like anything, it's possible, but I don't think. Knowing Pokemon Kid in real life, I don't think he's the sort that would be able to bring himself to actually break in somewhere. Is more what I meant. Like, it's not like this is Fort Knox or anything. And you'd just be ruining my livelihood if you did it, because I'd have to then sell my house, not to move house, but to pay for everyone's shit that was missing and stolen. Right? You must be able to open up a GMK museum with your sisters. I have, so I know exactly how many GMK sets I have because they're all on the wall behind me, and I have selected some that I'm going to sell. I have 238. Correction, I have 240 GMK sets in my personal collection. I think that's about 2/3 of all of the sets that GMK's done. I don't know for sure because I don't think there's a full list anywhere of the sets that GMK have done. But I have a lot. Yeah, I have a lot. What coffee am I drinking today? I've actually finished my coffee today, but I was drinking Fiction Blend, which you can pick up from jaysroastery.co.uk. Thanks for the ad. Anyone remember those shitty old school Dymo printers that were just shaped creases into that awful hard tape to keep raised letters? Yeah, there was a really useful like that tick type stuff where you just punch the letters into it. It was really useful. I used to have a load of like hardware labeled up with those embossed tape. Yeah, lovely and retro with the red background. Yeah, the letters kind of like went white when you punched it in. Yeah, was cool stuff. Right, let's at least have a look at this. I usually have a table beside me. I don't today. Let's have a look at this keyboard, even if we don't get to build it, because I did tell my wife I'd be home by 10:30 tonight, and it's almost 10 p.m. and we haven't even had a look at the keyboard yet. We have not even had a look at the keyboard yet. And I apologize if my keyboard that I am using disconnects and reconnects. The cable I am using is a Limo one that is dodgy and keeps losing connection when I move the keyboard to certain positions. I am in desperate need of a new cable at some point. Jay, do you have a new updated list of your items for sale? So, no, but what I'm going to do is Mr. Bezic on Discord has created some new auction software, and we are going to list it on there at some point soon, and then we'll try and raise some money from charity. So I have like a price that I need everything to get to make me break even on it. And once it gets to that price, anything we raise over that, we're going to donate to charity. So we're going to donate that to Macmillan Cancer Support, which is a really good charity here in the UK who look after people who are terminally ill with cancer. They put hospices on and do all sorts of other stuff. They're fantastic, amazing people. So let's say I wanted 100 quid for a keycap set. If it sells, we'll have like a 80% mark where that's where it actually will sell, like a reserve price. As long as it gets to 80% of the reserve price, it'll sell and you can buy it. Once it hits the secondary reserve price, the actual price I needed to break even. Let's say I need to break 100 quid. Anything over 80 quid, it will sell, and you'll end up buying it if you're the highest bidder. Once it gets to 100 quid, that's where I will cap my earnings off of it, my take off of it for my product that I own personally, not that's owned by PT. Anything above that, so let's say it sells for 120, that 20 quid on top, that's going to go straight to charity. And we're going to do that for keyboards, key sets, all sorts of stuff. I think we're going to do it in tranches because there's probably 200 keycap sets and there's probably 300 keyboards. So it's going to take time. That being said, if you have ever seen me build or use something and it's something you'd like to buy from my personal collection, drop me a message, tell me what it is, and maybe we can work out a deal without doing that, and I'll still donate anything in excess of what I need for it to charity. So, yeah. I'm saying new cable, hang on there. I know you said that. I'll still pay for it though, dude. I'll still pay for it. It's 1:30 p.m. You have ages, Gemma. I wish it was. If you'd have said that at the start, I would have time boxed you. Yeah, it's been a long week. My wife just wants me to be home tonight. That's all. Hospice care is very important cause to support. Yeah, it's something that I'd love to support. Helps with my dad too. Hugs, dude. Hugs. I love the way to run the auction. Yeah, I'm not there to profiteer from my personal stuff. I just want to. I need to generate some income. Being really, really frank, I've been running PT for 6 years and 5 months now, 6.5 years, and in that time there was only 12-month period, it was 11 months actually, 11-month period where I took basically the lowest amount of money I could that wasn't zero, and that accounted to £12,500 for a year, and I only took 11/12 of that because I didn't pay myself for the 12-month because we got complaints about it. So, and that was 3 years ago. So in all of my time running PT, I've maybe had 11 grand of income, which is not a huge amount considering I work minimum of 60 hours a week, more likely 100 hours a week. And yeah, I am at the point now where I have depleted my savings so long from living off of them that I know that this year I'm going to have to go back to work, and that's why I've been automating a lot of what PT does. And to stave that off for a little bit longer, I'm going to sell a lot of my personal collection. I'm selling a couple of my classic cars. They're going to go up on Facebook Marketplace this week, and I'm going to sell plenty of my keyboards and keycaps that aren't used. I have moved them all back over here, but they're going to be sold. So yeah. You know already, Aldemir. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Can't remember what you have in the collection that's so vast. Hopefully you post them somewhere I get to see them in time. Yeah, I mean, it'll be announced on Discord when things go into the auction thing. It's a project that I'm doing as and when I can get time to dedicate to it. So it's not a rush. It's not like, you know, it's not like imminent or anything like that. It will be a few weeks away minimum. I mean, a lot of the keycap sets are documented on there, but I need to go through and check that they all have the keys they should have, and check that I have pictures of them and timestamps and all of that kind of stuff. At the minute, they've just got one photo each and then a listing on this software that we're going to use. It's very, very time consuming to sell that amount of them. So the two cars I'm selling is, one is my GMC K1500 fully restored black American truck. It's a pickup truck. It's a small block V8, 5.8 litres. It's got air ride at the rear, TH350 transmission, which does have a slight leak that I'm going to try and fix. I'm going to list that for 25, but realistically I think 23 is where I want to be for it. I also have a Datsun 620 blue pickup truck, which is in phenomenal original paint condition. It does have a small fuel lock because it's been sat and not driven for 4 years, and it could do with the steering box looking at as well to tighten that up a little bit. I know it needed that doing when I last drove it. I probably want 12 for that, maybe a little bit less, maybe take 10. So first offer over 10 I would take, but those are the only two that are up for sale at the minute. So yeah, it's a cool little truck. Wish I could buy that. Hey man, make me an offer. Do you have Perestroika? I do not. I did have it. I sold it a few years ago. I do not have Perestroika anymore. But there is a really cool set coming soon that might look a little bit like Perestroika. So yeah, maybe you should keep an eye for that. Right. It's not any of the expensive cars. I own Bazooka that I'm selling. The ones that are worth real money are the ones that I love too much to sell, unfortunately. The Laurel Z, the little 521 truck, the Audi RS4. I have two cars in restoration. I have two Nissan P130s that are in restoration right now. Those I'm not selling. There is another one that I might sell, which was my mum's old car. It's an old Peugeot 306. It's the turbo diesel version. It's like a little rocket ship. I haven't driven it in 4 years, so that might sell as well. But I think that'll only go for like 800 quid. Okay, let's take a look at this keyboard anyway. You see, I have rented this because it's a white solder version. So this is the Ellora65. This is a real chunk of a keyboard as well. I don't think we'll get the build completely finished today, but this is a customer one, so hopefully they'll be okay with me finishing it next week. But we'll probably take it apart and get the stabilizers installed and then do a time check because, as I said, I do have about 45 minutes left and then I have to be at home. So, does support ISO, does support ANSI. The customer has asked us to build this one ISO with full backspace, split left shift. It has an XT column. It has a little screen. It has a really, really nice side profile, which has this little ledge on it that you can see here. Chunky spots for the feet. And then of course that central USB in that really, really nice curved cutout for the top case, which is really pretty. It's a really, really pretty keyboard. In here we have some gasket strips, and we have the knob, misses, we have the little grub screw for the knob, and then we have the chunky feet. And then I think these are 30% off. Let's have a look, actually, because I'm pretty sure that these are money off at the minute. Let's have a look. Yeah, so these were £395 and they're now £276.50. So there you go, big discount. There's more than one unit left. There's one unit in Forest. Oh, so we've got Ruby, Amethyst, Baby Blue, Baby Girl Pink, which is a great colour, and Polycarbonate. The Polycarbonate one's so nice. But yeah, those are in stock, and they're, what is that, 30% off? Something like that. But yeah, there you go. They are money off right now if you wanted to pick one up. Okay, first things first, let's zoom in the camera a little bit, and then we'll get the feet installed. And then we'll take the board apart, and we'll have a look at getting the... something to be said for large feet like this. You don't see it on keyboards anymore. These huge style bump-ons, I kind of like them. Baggery, hey man, good to see you. I'm looking forward to building the NPR next weekend, assuming it arrives in time. That's the feet installed. Let's take the board apart. Now it does use hidden screws, so the screw points are here, 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 and here, and that's a small hex screwdriver that we need. I think it might be smaller than this. Yeah, next size down. There we go. Let's get a little tray ready. Oh no, cannot grab this screw. There we go. Ready to ship in the morning, packed it early today. Nice, I'm looking forward to that. Falling asleep here, and not because of the stream I show you. Take care, have a good week. Take care, man. I hope you're doing well. Screw. No, I have lost it. Let's see if we can just give it a shake out. There we go. I'm going to take off that top case. Oh, there you go. You can see that is how it's all aligned. So it's got this beautiful curve milled into the top case here. Really, really nice. The attachments for the screws are all milled in as well. Really nice, and you can see we've got these long slots for the gaskets, which we'll install in a second. And then inside here we have the plate, the foam, and the PCB, and then the underlaying foam as well. It does have a huge breastplate, and I said that this is really heavy. Let me show you how heavy this is. Oops, protector sticker. So let's turn that on. So in grams, this keyboard weighs, without the build in it, just the case weighs just about 2 kilograms, which is 4.5 pounds, or just over 4.5 pounds. It's pretty chunky for the size of it. For 65%, it's nice and hefty. Actually, before we do the stabilizers, let's install the gaskets. These are just nice long strips of Poron. We just put these into the slot just like so. He says struggling to get it to the slot. Oh man, I messed that up. this is quite a deep recess for the foam. That's what she said. We've got to put these in the top and the bottom case. Oh man, where's that gone? My screen is dying, I think. Okay. Come on. These, because they're so deep, it's really hard to get them to go in square. Okay, that's the bottom case done. Now we can replicate that again on the top case. Do I like the MX Master 4 better than the 3? I wouldn't say better, it's different. The battery life on my Master 3 was starting to become a little bit of a concern, which is the only reason I really upgraded. I know there's a whole raft of new features, but none of them have jumped out to me as actually worthwhile. So the only reason I've kind of upgraded is because of battery issues with my Master 3. I mean, it's a fine mouse, but I don't think it's worth it over the 3. I don't really use the haptic pad. I haven't actually had any reason to have that as use, and I don't think there's anything that it does out of the box. Like, I think you have to do something with it, so I don't think I've actually experienced it yet, but yeah, I don't think I've had anything on the haptic pad that's been of use yet, but who knows? You spot a knob. Nice. You looking in the mirror? That's really mean. I don't know where that came from. That's so inappropriate for me to say as a streamer. I apologize. That is not the kind of wholesome content I like to promote. I'm sorry. There we go. Isn't that what the little opening's for? Yes, this is what it's for. Sorry, I was really mean. I did not mean that. There we go. Okay, let's pop the foam pad back into the bottom of the case. That's going to be used as a gasket later on. And then we can install our stabilizers into the plate assembly. And then I think that's probably going to run us out of time for today. So we're going to be using Knight V4s. Now they've asked us to use full backspace. And I'll double check this in a second, make sure I've got it right. ISO enter and 6.25U space. That's 7U Space J. 6.25U, please. That's a 7U as well. Why don't I have a 6.25U wire? Is that one? There we go. There we go. And for that we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 housings, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inserts. And then we need screws as well. No time for marbles. Not today, I'm afraid. I did want to do some marbles, but I am quickly timing out, unfortunately. I kind of had like a 2 hours, 2 hours 15, maybe a push today. But I can always try and do a stream on Thursday as well. So let's just prep these screws. So we're just going to put the little washers on these screws, and we need 6 of them. Now we've got the shipment out of the way, I think I'll have a little bit more time to stream on a Thursday. So 12 noon till maybe 2 o'clock on a Thursday. I think we'll try and stream 2 hours, something like that. That's 4. That's 5. Last one. Are you looking forward to the Australian Grand Prix next week? I might actually watch the practice sessions, and I really want to see the new cars and the aero packages they have. Yeah, I've watched a lot of footage from testing. I'm kind of like really excited to see what happens this season. It's such a big change. Some of the changes I like, some of them I don't like, but I haven't watched any of it live as in a race yet, and no one has, so we'll see how it translates. But I'm pretty excited for the season. I kind of lost touch with the last season a little bit halfway through, so I'm hoping to actually retain into it this time a little bit better. Never make midweek streams. Small matter of work getting in the way. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, this is technically my job, so I think it's okay for me to stream midweek. And you can always catch up on YouTube. Most of the VODs are on YouTube as well. There's hundreds and hundreds of build streams on YouTube now. There is, based off the fact that someone had 58 months of subs earlier on, you know, there's 6 years worth of build streams. So there must be, I must guess that, like, how many streams have I done in 6 years? Maybe 45 a year. So close to 300 streams. Something like that. Probably even more than that, actually. Because there's a lot of weeks where we've done 2 streams, and there's very few weeks where we actually don't stream. There's like maybe 5 weeks a year where we don't stream. So spacebar done. Let's do our backspace and enters now. Remember, it's always easy to add more lube later on. You're just trying to make a nice little coating to stop any spacebar rattle, especially with these night vehicles. They're pretty good out of the box. That one done, and last one. Why is that? Almost lost the wire then. We did restock the lube pens the other day. Actually, we restocked the 205 grade 0, and I think we have some 105 pens on the way. And I might just ask Garrett if I can grab some more XHC BDC ones as well, because I think we've actually run out of them. Okay, just going to loop all of the slider rails now. Just make sure they're nice and smooth. We're not trying to gum these up, you just want them to run nicely. That's all we're trying to do, make sure that they run nicely. And eliminate any rattle. Okay. Now we can install these into the board. Start with the backspace. That's one done. Screw, then move on to the ISO insert in a second. Okay. Right, that's second stabilizer done. If you guys have got any last questions to ask before we end the stream, now is the time, because I think we've got maybe 5 minutes left. I'll install this and light up the foams and get the first couple of switches installed, and then we'll build the rest of it on stream on Thursday or next week. See if you guys have got any last questions for me. Now's the time. Will you be okay? Will I be okay? Yeah, I'm alright. Thank you for asking, dude. I don't know why you think I wouldn't be okay, but yeah, I'll be alright. There we go. Let's now get the foam aligned to an extent, and then let's put a plate on top. And we're just going to put a couple of switches into this just to hold everything in position, because it's going to be a few days until we can actually do the build. So, because we did want to use petal switches for this. Need to buy some switches for my Neo 8 to see you. Do you have any suggestions? Do you want linear or tactile, Escarth? Linears or tactiles, dude? Or lady, if you're a female. Good person. That's probably a better thing to say. Let's just put a few. We'll put the switches in actually, and then we'll solder it next week. Yeah, linears or tactiles. We'll have a quick look at the website, and I'll help you pick some. Or maybe silence. Tactiles, okay. Let's have a look at the website. So, our prototype is in-stock switches, all in-stock switches. Let's have a look. So, if you like a light tactile, the snowfalls are okay. If you want a heavy tactile, the Gateron lanes would be my pick. They're a really heavy tactile. They're super, super nice. Really feel the press of them. If I was picking a light tactile at the minute, I'd probably pick up the HMX Valerians because they just sound really nice and they look really good. If you want a switch that you can tune though, I would go for the cherry petal switches. That's what I'm using on this build here right now. This is what I have in front of me. Cherry petals. They do need tuning, but once they are tuned, they are really, really nice, and they're probably some of the better switches on the market. Those would be my 3 choices. There are some other things like Gateron Smoothie Tactiles. They're really super smooth if that's what you're into. If you want really, really smooth switches, maybe take a look at those as well. But yeah, I would say go for the Lanes or the Valerians, depending on what heavy tactile or a light tactile. Hope that helps. Do you think SWG will be adding mods for international kits at any point soon? The profile seems to be getting popular and more language support would be lovely to see. I'm not sure. This is one of the reasons why we haven't re-released any renders for Midnight Rainbow, because Midnight Rainbow is going to be with SWG. Now UK ISO will be in base for that, as it is with most. So we're trying to figure it out. But yeah, I'd like to see an international kit option. We'll see if they decide to make one. It's a lot of investment for a relatively small user base, unfortunately, but we'll see. We shall see. Of course, if you are interested in that, let Swag Keys know as well. Just drop them a message, let them know. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I hope so, dude. It'd be nice to see. I can't guarantee it because, of course, it's not my profile or my choice, unfortunately. But I would like to see it as well. I think it'd be a nice little thing to see. Okay, we'll just get the switches in and then we'll probably call it a day, and I can get home and then get to the workshop nice and early in the morning to pack all of your orders. I hope you've all made tons of orders while I've been streaming tonight. That'd be really nice. Okay. So I have built this with split left shift because the customer wanted an ISO layout for this. It's going to be a space bar. These ones go the other way around. I forgot that. That's that one. And that one. And that one. Those are north facing, the rest is south facing. What switches will you put in your orange float 65? Nice to be able to see the switches from the side. I think I'm going to put my Konsu switches in there. I was actually talking to someone about the Konsu switch, not the Konsu switches, sorry, the Ashes switches. Because I built a couple of keyboards with them a while back. I built a Matrix 100 NG with them. They're kind of like a grey housing with a bright orange stem. And I also built a 21XX prototype, but the prototype had to go back, so I have the PCB that I need to dissolve the switches from. And I figured that the orange float 65 will be what I put those switches in. So that's what I plan to do. Okay, these have to be some of the prettiest switches I've ever seen. Nice and pink. Adjusting the foam there, just to make sure it sits nicely inside the case. Okay, almost there now. What is that? Let's go ahead. There we go. Okay. And there we go. That is the keyboard all ready for soldering when we come back on stream on Thursday. So there you go. Super pretty switches in a really nice build. Just need soldering now, and then we can get the build finished off. Okay, right. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I really appreciate you being here. Last couple of questions. Pretty switch, nice and pink. Yeah, thanks. Nice top stream. Cheers, Jay. No worries, my dude. Thank you very much for checking by. Thanks for being a good keyboard friend, and thanks for streaming. No worries, dude. I love to do this. Have you noticed any ramifications from the shutdown of Control yet? No, not yet. Might make some support stuff a little bit more difficult, but Manu's not going anywhere, and the team we have like a direct access to, so yeah. Right, that is it for the stream. Thank you so much for watching. Good night, everybody. I will be back on stream on Thursday afternoon, around 12 o'clock lunchtime here in the UK, and I'll be back next Sunday as well on stream, where we'll finish this keyboard off and get it all programmed in. But thank you so much for watching. I really love you all. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And we'll also be building the NPR as well, the little numpad next week too, because we'll be able to do both in one stream, I think. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys again super soon. Miss you all. Take care.